Come on. You can do it. There you go. Now it's working. Alright, greetings everyone. I am Dr. J, and it's been a while since I sat down with this game, hasn't it? It's been a while since I've done any. Well, I basically had almost an entire week where I basically did nothing apart from the usual Sunday shenanigans, and the reason for this is twofold. One, I am scrambling to complete the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity review over on my main channel, so that takes priority right now, and because of that, this is gonna be. I'm still gonna be somewhat easing into it as I've still got a lot of audio editing to do, and it's gonna be a 45-minute video, so I may end up disappearing again once I get closer to the deadline for myself. And speaking of which, it'll all be done hopefully on the 20th, but oh boy, it's gonna take me a while with this one. I'm just gonna say that right now. Good lord, is it taking forever! But, oh man, I guess it's my own fault in a way, but the other problem is that this is my first day where I don't have to be somewhere in the evening, which is weird. Because on Wednesday I had something going on, Thursday, Friday, Saturday I had something going on, Sunday I had something going on, Monday I had 2 things going on, so I basically haven't had an evening to myself in almost a week. So that's why it took me a while for this. So, let's get back to it. We have returned to a place of respite. Please make yourselves comfortable, such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars, but I expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then. There is something I must do. There, from atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder when the stars shall align themselves once more. There, upon the sacred mountain, you and your companions once more await the night the stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all a part is set in motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood almost for 1,000 years, is in turmoil. If your companions return there through the liberation rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening, amid a downpour with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Bulfred requests everybody to convene. You understand he has an announcement of some sort. Soon everyone is assembled, and Bulfred regards the group. Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I've not talked about with you as of late. Look around your companions. What do you see in them? He lets the question hang a moment in the air. I'll tell you what I see in all of you. In all of us. I see in all of us a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from the different tribes which later formed our Commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness, I think. Rather, I believe the scribes themselves desired, or shall I say desire, such a course. Together, they created all this ceremony of which we are now a part. The exiles liberated through their rites went on to found the Commonwealth, based on their values and their teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, the people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we are still missing one key representative on behalf of Molten Milithi, and I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed. I wondered if she would be showing up. He motions for someone to approach. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognize her straight away. It is my pleasure to introduce you to a dear old friend of mine, whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwings, Bertrude. The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by way of greeting. We are to understand that ye further require aid from us. Yes, dear Bertrude. The time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I ever met. You will find that she knows much about the rites as well. Bertrude looks at you and your fellow exiles, each in turn. We frighten ye, apparent. Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions. Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them. She takes her leave without another word. Please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it. Everyone disperses, It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Now then, my boy. Perhaps you noticed that the stars are bright once more up there behind those stubborn rains, meaning it is time that we got back to business. Indeed, once more, several stars shine bright within the cold and storming sky. Alright. Trieste. Jomurer. Ores. So, we've taken on the Tempers and the Dissidents. So who do we want to deal with this next bunch? Who would be the most difficult to deal with? So right. I feel like we're going to let the Pyre Hearts rise, because I think, actually, the Pyre Hearts are going to be one of the easier ones to take down. So we'll try and, I don't know. Who do I want to mess with? Rights till the next liberation, 3. Okay. Let's see, so going up against the Pyre Hearts there. The Essence over there. Then down here. I haven't taken on the Accusers in a while. Well, let's see. Actually, it'll tell me my record against them. Gone against the Pyre Hearts twice. I don't think I want to deal with... Well, may not be a bad idea to deal with the Accusers sooner rather than later. So maybe I'll let the Accusers rise and then beat them in the final right. Let's take on these guys. So we're to have another brush with Tamitha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I am here for her. Tamitha then tells you more of your next adversary, her own blood sister. Tamitha Thane, a harp of the High Wing Remnants, reigns from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies. She seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the harps refused to join the Commonwealth, and those old tensions boiled over into raids, or skirmishes, or all-out war. Flight tacticians such as Tamitha gave the High Wing Remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the harp's small numbers. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, breaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she led a daring infiltration mission deep into her enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Tamitha. Tamitha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war, but being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up in here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated what happened between us. What I did for her own good, and that of all our sisters. Though, I'm beginning to doubt that Tamitha will ever see it that way. We'll see, I suppose, but for now, I'd best try and catch what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams then, darling. You bid a good night to Tamitha in turn. No time to make flight preparations, though come morning, the Black Wagon will press onward. Oh dear, you've got things to say. Let's hear this out first. Ooh, neat. You find Big Bertrude looking about the Black Wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change. Such a clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last. Unsightly. We remember thee from our abode in Flagging Hands. Then thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred. She moves in close, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of a bog crone of the southern bogs can induce paralysis, or worse. That one such as thee can extract meaning from that tome was a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years within which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites. Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madam. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require? We have been unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract among thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present. It is possible that Wolfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. That would be agreeable. Us. Then after you, madam. As they depart, you think you see the Lord Minstrel nod his head your way. Clever. Alright. With these blackened nails do I hereby inscribe the right of flames. The bylaws shall be written here in full. We, the Eight, decree the rights attest of one's true worth in body, mind, and spirit. Now until the stars abandon us, this shall be binding law within the downside. Those deemed worthy in the rights are to regain their freedom from the downside, and return from whence they came. Exiles shall conduct the rites as one of 9 triumvirates, and look toward the stars for guidance on their path. Exiles shall bear this book as status. Alright, any others flashing? Nope. Wait, and this one? Did I not give something enough time? Oh, there's more. The essential structure of a rite shall be as follows. Where chosen by the stars, within the dark of night shall 2 triumvirates stand in opposition, far enough afield besides their consecrated pyres symbolizing their resolve. In each triumvirate, the 3 shall act as one, to demonstrate their trust in one another, not just in themselves. Triumvirates shall endeavor to extinguish the pyres of their adversary, whose flames are only to be staunched through a celestial orb descended from the stars. Whosoever pyre remains burning shall prevail. The triumvirates are to disperse. Actually, there's more to this. That might be why. Oh, this is the new thing. I think. We, the Eight, have seen the turning of the stars from now until the ending of our age. Heed their guidance and ours. The stars take many cyclic turns. The rites commenced at their behest, upon celestial landmarks where the downside's greater titans fell before the heavens. Bearing this, the book bestowed on you or triumvirate, you, the reader, shall perceive under the rich stars you are to congregate. Follow where they lead, as your adversaries shall. If either of you fails to appear, then neither of you walks the path. Whether you prevail or you fail, from that point the stars shall guide you on. The rite shall not commence until the necessary preparations are complete at a celestial landmark ere the stars align. Exiles shall conduct the rites bearing this book, of which there are but 40 copies, each bound in astral hide. Exiles shall wear the sacred raiments fashioned in our likeness at the summits of Mount Elodiel. Their identities are to be concealed, for they shall represent us all. Exiles shall set a metal sigil for their pyre, and consecrate the ground using the words, "The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. The heavens shall respond when all is set." How many are there in this? During the rite, each triumvirate shall act as one, unerringly and without question. The disobedient shall suffer banishment or permanent expulsion. Exiles shall move as of a single mind to demonstrate their faith, and recognize that they, as we the 8, cannot prevail alone. Their worth shall be determined both by their actions and their peers. Triumvirates lacking experience in this may designate a reader, whose focus on this book may help the others to coordinate. However, only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. At the appointed time, at the aligning of the stars, the heavens shall rain down upon the ground sufficiently prepared, and thus the 2 opposing pyres shall be set ablaze. Thus shall commence the rite. Triumvirates are to protect their pyres as they would their life. Lifeblood itself is never to be shed before, during, or after any rite, lest the disobeyer suffer permanent expulsion. Exile is injury enough. The rite is an act of mercy. Fear not the purifying flame. Plunge into it headlong and without fear, for you shall be protected by the stars themselves. Seek freedom in the flame. Exiles bearing the raiments in this book reveal their hidden inner aura in the color of their flame. The aura is the exile's solitary weapon in the rites. Should one's adversaries cross one's aura, the adversary shall be banished. Banishment is fleeting nonetheless. Seek the pyre's light and thus make your return. The exile's presence shapes the aura. Exiles gain greater auras while standing side by side with their triumvirates, for we gain strength together. Exiles may cast their aura through sheer force of focus on this book. How much is there in this one? As the 2 flames are lit, so shall the celestial orb fall from the heavens. But one such orb shall be availed by the stars, requiring triumvirates to vie for it. Its cosmic connection to the flames, the raiments in this book, bestows the necessary qualities for its bearer to prevail. Effortlessly sails the orb between the 3 in a triumvirate. It seeks the grasp of whoever acts among the 3. Once grasped, the orb shall draw within it all the bearer's aura, fueled by the triumvirate's own flame. It is to be cast into the flame. In each rite, we gain enlightenment, whether we prevail or we fail. Indeed, through failure do we tend to learn the most valued lessons, provided we survive. None among us have prevailed without end. Exiles who walk the path toward enlightenment shall at times be struck by an epiphany, and achieve mastery in some respect. Choose well among these blessings we bestow. Thus you may yet achieve your potential and surpass your adversaries. Whenever you prevail, your triumvirate earns favor. In time, the triumvirate with the most favor shall be summoned to the liberation rite, to earn a chance at freedom. Then the cycle begins anew. The liberation rite takes place upon the fall of Soliam, under a blooded moon, witnessed by the heralds from the stars. There, the most favored triumvirate shall confront the one which we appoint. These two triumvirates first shall pass through Scribe's Gate, where their worth shall be assessed under the stars. Only the most enlightened exiles within each triumvirate may be anointed for a chance at freedom. 2 of their companions shall support them whilst they strive. The anointed champion of the triumvirate which prevails then shall plunge into the Shimmer Pool, and return in glory. Alright, that's the end of that. So, summary of everything there. Alrighty, let's get back out there. You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, Rita. Bertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable? Nay, Sandalwood. The comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. And away we go. Soaring far above Sglorian shore, you notice Pamatha gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damn place down there. I like it least of all, I think, among everywhere we've been. I'm thankful that there has been no reason to return. Reminds me of my home is all. The high wing remnants. We all grew accustomed to the thinner air amid the cliffs that breaches the clouds above your commonwealth. But it was not the nicest place. Little wonder that my sisters settled for a rather warmer base of operations in this land, there by the nest of Triesta. Anyway, I'm pleased to have spent as little time as possible near here. Let's fly on by and go on about our business. Alrighty then. The hulk of Aureus. It has drifted here upon the sea for longer than one might expect. Perhaps you have already read of the doomed ship's demise in the embrace of unfathomed plurnes. Some say it was the sea itself which preserves the ship's remains. Hidden properties within the water, sea creatures binding together ruined planks of wood. Those such as yourself in the essence know another truth, I gather. The stars would not align over the wreckage if it did not have greater significance than first appears. May you have good fortune there during the coming rite. Let's see. Let's go here. You touch down at the Sea of Solace, where you first encountered Sir Gilman and the Pyre Hearts. You soon shall carry on by sea, though for now you have some time to spare. What do you have to say? Wilfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rites as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The Road to Freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my boy. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but know so few with whom I can discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? You tell Wilfred the book has fascinated you, and that you have never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share the sentiment. To have in our possession a genuine artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it is exactly true, and how much of it is the scribe's retelling of events? I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that these volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas there contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although, the reasons why are in there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interests in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. So I'm guessing this is the next area? Yep, the Sea of Solace. Beyond a shallow, sickly gulf, our voyage grew increasingly forbidding and much harder to explain. How could a sea exist here at the bottom of the world? We could not deduce whence sprang the carcasses of ancient sailing ships we found throughout the Sea of Solace, though the warnings that they signified we duly noted. It was here we first met Ores, called the Underking, who brazenly assaulted our small skiff. We had trespassed in his waters, but then the Underking relented, for he witnessed Soliam Mur in all its doom and glory. Soon he would side with us. Then with the Underking, we sailed forth into a tempest beyond reasoning or measure. You have anything to say? Not yet. With your remaining time this day, you set your mind to the ancient art of fishing as you drift among the sprawling waters of the fathomless trench. You still have nothing to show for your efforts today, however, when Pamitha approaches to check in on you. Not biting today, are they? Stupid things. Just then, your lure rings. Moments later, one of the slippery denizens is in your grasp. You thank Pamitha for her contribution. Ooh, not a bad return. Let's get moving. To the Hulk of Ores. Pamitha is staring out the window as you approach. I miss flying, reader darling. Take it from me, it feels as good as you'd expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here. If they can get their fingers on us, they make sure we never fly again as once we did. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something, You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught you of my kind? You admit to having little knowledge of the harps or the Hindwing remnants, other than your limited experience and Commonwealth hearsay. Oh, come now, there's no need to be so modest. Surely you've heard much of the terrors that we've caused, that we slew and ate all of our males and the like. Here, I was hoping you'd indulge me just a bit. My kind certainly aren't known for their good sense of humor, I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty till I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views there certainly are something, but there's a bleakness to it too, being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire to avenge. We're very proud like that. Everybody vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way we might just get a shot with the prince, continue the line, if he even exists. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking I rather enjoy the traveling we've done. Change of scenery does me some good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all this. In fact, I've a fancy for some wandering right now, if you'll excuse me. She heads out of the wagon into the immeasurable depths of the Sea of Solace. The Das Rabin was first of many river ships to vanish in the downside. Although presumptions of its loss were not inaccurate, the doomed ship and her valiant crew had charted half the Sea of Solace ere the end of their brave voyage. The sea titan Unfathomed Plurnes was not fond of vessels sullying her sea, and split the doomed ship with a single swipe. The ship's own shattered prow would later end the Sea Titan's cruel reign, as the boastful Underking loves to recount. The stars themselves must have been moved by this, that point within the sea now sacred, as the stars dancing in homage every now and again. Slowly but surely we unlock everything. You have anything interesting to say? Nope. Oh, nice. How many more collectibles are we gonna get? Say now, what happened to that smiley headwind guy? Did he really get out of here like I've been hearing, or what? He did indeed. Oh yeah, this is the one I've been trying to get, isn't it? Well, I'll just hold off on buying anything for now then. You guys have a good day out there. Alright, I see no reason why we shouldn't commence the rite. Here we go. The afternoon is just beginning to give way to nightfall as you and your companions finish making preparations for the coming rite. Through all the ceremony, you realize Pamitha is nowhere to be found. The last anyone saw her was shortly after the Black Wagon came to rest here at the Hulk of Ores. She returns just as you are beginning to plan a search for her. Sorry to have worried you there, reader darling. Just getting a little bit antsy is all. Had to go and spread my wings a bit and shake away the nerves. She is holding something back. Don't you get in my head. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, damn it. Damn you, reader. Get out, get out, get out! Anyhow, it looks as if the show is about to start. I shall be in the field with the others. As Pamitha departs, you see she is right, as the stars above begin to shine. You know she is about to face her sister Tamitha once again. You accept that it is a very private matter between them. And here we go! So, which ones have we used? I'm pretty sure it's been a while. So we've used Slash, we've used Archbeast Sungrease.
Endriga the Widow.
Let's go with that. Well, that should be fun. Well, Move fast. You know what? This is my first one in 2 weeks. I should keep it simple. Keep it simple. You don't need to get yourself good and murdered. Oh yeah, I should try Big Bertrude out.
Much vaunted reader has returned,
Much vaunted?
and it would appear his ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we? How very strange that you befriended her. At any rate, your adversaries in this rite shall be the Essence. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
Here we go. The winged exiles of the Essence take position opposite of your companions, and their leader soon asserts herself. Pamitha, come forth. No trickery this time. She appears as asked, though remains silent as her blood sister studies her for a time. Tamitha then reaches for her mask. You look weary to me, sister. Oh, too little sleep, I guess. I do get rather anxious sometimes on the night before one of these things. It can be a lot of pressure. Understandable. The two of them say nothing for a time. You cannot discern what they are thinking. The High-Wing remnants all seem to be very mentally acute, trained as they are from birth. Soon enough, Pamitha cuts through the tension, her tone light as ever. So, given further thought to my proposal then? I have. And I think that now is not the time for talk. Besides, your comrades there, surely you give them pause. Even now they must be questioning your loyalty. What? But Oh, cut it with the stammering, Pamitha. It is very unbecoming, you know that. And you be sure to tell those comrades of yours what you propose to me. She dons her mask once more. As she rejoins the other exiles of the absence, Pamitha hesitates before returning to your group. I told her she could take my place. That I would keep her up to date about our progress, and that she could take my place if ever it was time for me to go. But you don't have to worry. For one thing, she refused. And for another, well, I'd better tell you later. For now, remember, you can count on me. Hold a moment, Rita. The crone Bertrude slides forth, wearing the raiments of the rites. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you become familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the readers something of your aptitude. We expect thou shalt be soon inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
The bog crone Bertrude shows herself in full.
Okay.
Though I have to wonder what became of her accomplices. Of one accomplice in particular.
Huh?
You watch yourself around her, reader. None are sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
I can never get the timing right on that. Always half a second behind. There we go. Now then, reading one, know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rites, and we shall aid ye in that plan. Thus we are at thy disposal, and await thy bidding. Why are you talking to royal we? No matter.
Conduct the rites.
Well, I'd be crazy to not use you at least once, though, given what I know about how you act. Let's see. We've got... Let's see, Pamitha definitely comes out. So do I want to mess with this? Yeah, we'll keep with this. Now, real quick, what have you got? Oh, jeez. Automatically gains 25. Carrying New York, you move faster than usual. Okay, so that's you two. Alright, well, flying, they move faster than usual, so that's all of them. Okay, I can live with that as an annoying buff. So, what should I give you? Let's see. Oh wow, that's a very long respawn time. I don't think presence will be the most important thing for you. Now that's more for... Actually, that could still be useful.
Bertrude.
Now. I haven't sent Sir Gilman out in a while. If I want him to... Well, if I want to help him out sooner rather than later, I need to use him, so... I guess you'll round out our... party then.
Sir Gilman. Now...
How they spew their threats, the winged ones. We soon shall see if they can back them up. Face us, wastrels of the Commonwealth! The pain and loss of your defeat this night shall reverberate not only in your hollow hearts, but in the homeland that abandoned you! Are you quite sure it has to be this way then, sister? There is no compromise here, Pamitha. Not for traitors to my country or my blood. I understand. Then so be it. Here goes nothing! Haha! I did not expect it to be that quick. I can't believe that worked, honestly. Ha! Crap! In you go! Boom! Okay, we're back in this. You seem so distracted, Pamitha. Is there something more you wish to say to me? Words you feel that I am owed, perhaps? Pamitha stops at this and reaches for her mask. I'm sorry for what I did to you, sister. For what you did to me? Your apology rings as hollow as your plumage. You might rehearse it further upon every last survivor of the High Wing remnants. Now, no more talk!
Such hatred spewing constantly from Tamitha. Yet here in exile, she is naught but talk.
Gotcha!
Blow against their pyre. The Nightwing's pyre burns brighter for now. Tamitha banished.
Oh crap. Yep, I'm taking damage from that. I'm taking damage this time.
Alas,
And alack.
your pyre shall soon be ashes on the ground. One triumvirate stands unopposed.
Gotcha!
Word thus to great Anadoli.
There we go, that's how it's supposed to be done. Now, let's not mess up everything else.
Your pyre now falls short of yours.
Nope, you're gonna have to work for that.
Now then.
Ah, crap. Crap! Not fast enough. I should have tried to do a charge attack.
You seem unable to stop these people.
Hey, that actually worked. Now, don't mind me!
Bertrude plunged into the adversary's pyre.
Alright, I just need to get Pamitha there.
Now, end the ceremony. None left
Oh, crap.
unscathed. That ought to wake you up.
Yeah, that wakes. Yeah, I'm awake, I'm awake. Oh man, this is gonna be close.
Adversary's pyre now burns brighter than your own.
Goodbye! Good freaking bye.
The Nightwings prevail. They pulled together ere their pyre sputtered out. The rite is complete.
I'm glad I didn't add anything more dangerous. You win, Blood Sister. You win. I don't suppose that means you'll reconsider. You know that I cannot. You are always obstinate, but in that regard and all others which count for anything, you are inferior to me. Remember that. What you offered is meaningless to me. I shall be free myself without your help, or that of anyone. Now then, farewell. Wait, what of your comrades, the Essence? You must meet them at least. Mincing my words as ever, Pamitha. Know that I do love you in a way. Is that which we wish to hear? But my purpose is plain and you stand in my way. You are a fool to think my freedom is my goal. My freedom is a means toward an end the likes of which you would never abide. Do you think you could sway me from my purpose, Pamitha? Pamitha remains silent for some time. No. I think that you will struggle to destroy the Commonwealth no matter what it takes. No matter if, in doing so, you are destroyed instead. Just so. So then, you understand me after all. Pamitha does not turn to watch her blood sister depart.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes. The ancient crone called Bertrude opened up her eyes.
Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow ever stronger still. Let's see. Oh, that's a curious difference, so... Ooh, given how I just pounced at people, that might be good.
The secrets of the Wild Witch revealed. Until the stars align.
Alrighty then. After defeating the Essence despite their best attempts to stop you, you return to the wagon to find Wolfred and the Lone Minstrel in the midst of conversation. Oh, strange. And that this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected. Nor I, Wolfred, sir. Thus, Wolfred notices you there. Reader, Tariq and I observed a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears that the scar of Kalemel Rockcaller is illuminated now. It is but another star, except our models and predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the red wagon ready in the meantime. You see only a single shining star illuminated far above. It is just as Wolfred indicated. Is there a place that we haven't been to yet? The rogue star burns bright over an isolated little island in the Sea of Solace. Udmilhi is already on her way. Udmilhi, I really don't want to deal with them again, but you know what, I guess I have no choice. So how's it looking? Looks like we're most likely going up against Chastity then, eh? Well, doesn't look like we'll have much to say over that. Then we are summoned to the island of Kalemel, deep within the Deathless Tempest. Have you been there before, Tariq? So long ago, I scarce recall the time. Only the sense. It is the place from whence the creatures native to this land sprang forth. Reader, let's not concern ourselves with superstition held about that place. We'll set forth at dawn, and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. Despite Pamitha's mental conditioning, you can tell something is troubling her. She won't listen to a word I say. Not one damn word. If she weren't my blood sister, I should think I'd hate her guts as much as she hates mine. She shakes her head. I should apologize, to you and everyone. I sought out Tamitha without asking your leave. Figured I would rather seek forgiveness than permission, you understand. My attempts with Tamitha didn't amount to much, as you well saw. So, at this point, I'm hopeful you'll be more accepting of apologies than she. Though, tell me something, reader darling. Do you suppose I'm going to betray you? You may know better than I do at this point. You express to Pamitha that you do not view her efforts to make peace with Tamitha as being contradictory to the group's larger goals. You understand why she did what she did. She says nothing for a while. That's kind of you to say, darling. May the others see it with such generosity. But if they don't, you need but tell me to depart and I'll be on my way. However, I've a promise that I wish to make to you. You let me stay, and I'll see this through with all of you, no matter where we all end up. I'll be on the roof for a bit, I think. You take care too, darling. Despite Pamitha's disappointment with the outcome of her confrontation with her blood sister, you sense she is less troubled now after your brief conversation. Alrighty. Endriga the Widow. The boundless Sea of Solace and a blackened star are all of what remains of the Blood Titan Endriga. After this one's exile, he was joined by many of his bravest Worm Knights, who awakened the Blood Titan inadvertently while searching the downside's murky depths. Endriga was most displeased to see her hibernation end, and vowed to 4 ages of torment, on us and on our Sea Dominion. Our assault was grander than can be described, and lasted days and days and days. The noblest of Worm Knights fell upon her massive form as waves which dashed themselves against the rocks. Our resolve eventually exceeded hers, and she collapsed into the seas and disappeared. This one alone remained to tell of it. The Essence. The winged members of the Essence, each chosen by the matriarch, Triesta Tithys, are living exemplars of liberty and piety. Would that my wings could be thus. Once you of course must know, we all had wings. It is said the people of the Empire relinquished theirs, drawn in by earthly matters as they were. but the harps such as Triesta held tightly the liberty their plumage could afford. These divergent paths did cause a share of differences between the winged and the wingless over time. But here in this land, our purposes are shared, our goals united. That, then, is the essence. That is who they are, and what, and why. So let's see, how's this gonna shake out? Oh boy. So it continues. Let's head up to the new place. Alright, so we've got Shining with Stardust. This is restful. Bulfred joins you as you soar high above the storm-ravaged waters, on approach to the infamous Isle of Kaelmare. Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside's small misfortunes, I suppose. The wagons driving seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now even than usual, sir. Perhaps they feel some sort of connection to this place. Tariq, do you suppose the withdrawn were able to make it here intact? They ought to have seen it in the stars, though we shall soon know for certain. That we shall. Take us in, please, reader. More restful current. Let's go over here. You make landing within the Deathless Tempest, far west of where you first breached through to the shores beyond. You wonder which sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters, though for now you have some time left before continuing onward. We waited for the Deathless Tempest to subside. We waited, but the Underking, he merely laughed and laughed, for the Deathless Tempest does not subside. What lies beneath that stretch of sea to cause such an upheaval is best left to myth and speculation. We made passes nonetheless, though through sorceress aid and fortune, scarce seeing the surrounding environs. We did detect a landform to the west. Soliam Mur detected there the presence of the treacherous aid who lured him into exile, and then followed him in turn. Mur, in his wisdom, thought it best to be avoided. At last did we arrive on distant lands, though seeing them provided little comfort. What's this? Tiny Tempest. Huh. Your time in the boundless waters of Sharpshoal passes mostly without incident when Wulfred approaches you, pointing out to sea. Observe the surface of the waters there, my boy. That is stardust coming from above. The two of you begin sifting the waters. It is a slow process, but eventually you wind up with a significant amount of the precious material. Useful. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's see if I can get back to that. And crap, never mind. Alright. Crap. Here in the dark waters of Deathless Tempest, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. The news this time pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the fall of Soliam. You learn Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcome, his past transgressions all forgiven. He was to be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the Council or the Blood Border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused, and before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He's since made contact with Wulfred's agents and is working together with them. Thus, the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Per the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn word for word, and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Soon your companions are all abuzz about it. Wonder if he'll ever find the one he fell for. Tizo is happy to hear Hedwyn is well back in the Commonwealth. May that boy's spirit infect the lot of ye as would a plague. Yeah, that's how it's done, Hedwyn. Right behind you, chum. I always thought Hedwyn was looking for someone out there back home. Do you think he found her? A glorious example Hedwyn sets for all of us. The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Oh, nice. Your wagon shudders to a halt at the Isle of Kaelmare. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidding feel. In the distance, you hear odd gibbering noises that sound like drive imps? First, the traitor Kaelmare Rope Collar. Whereas he brought about our empire's fall, whereas he nearly claimed the life of our dear Soliam, we forgive him. We have forgiven him. We give a certain thanks to him, for he has played a vital part in the Star's plan. If not for him, then we, the Eight, would never have aligned. We've never found the Rope Collar. He fled into the sea, towards an isle, which we knew well to avoid. 'Twas there we think Kaelmare's tattered mantle finally did him in, among the wild imps. Should the stars ever converge above that isle, it shall be to signify that their long dance across the skies is drawing to a close. Oh dear. That's ominous. That's quite ominous. Oh dear. Wolfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my boy. I was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It is not clear to you as yet exactly how Wolfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working as the rest of us, or dare I say more so. Most imps lack the capacity to do the job. They of course cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Wolfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Ruki would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded, in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes, but even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our planned success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own. But those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, Rita. I have a delivery to make. He strides out of the wagon bearing the sealed message. Makes me wonder what exactly he's talking about them with. So, here's my curiosity. So, probability of success. So, I guess that's meant to be completion? Or however it's handled. I guess we'll see before too long. For now, though, are you ever going to speak to me again? Apparently not. Whoa guys, how'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for extra special customers. I'm only joking, You're the only customers I got. Gotcha again! Only joking about that too, huh? Because I got tons of customers, it's just they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? Anyways, I just got in a little something here which maybe you'll be into. Been hearing about these little numbers for a while, check them out. He reveals to you a set of twin rings, a jeweled band, and a rune band. Thinking these things are supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean? But anybody could probably use them, provided there was a way to buy them off of me. Duh, I was gonna get them for myself, but Anyway, let me know if you want them. Actually, I don't know if I'll need these later. If there's a way to get them back is the problem, so... Well, for now. You seeing you around then, eh? Alright. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles, and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby. Her mind, corrupted, calls out screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of witch Udmilthi, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land and on our consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. However, 'tis a risk, upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps? Bertrude seems to think that Udmilthi can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. There. The Star of Islash. Our adversary worships it and whom it represents. Fixate upon that star, reading one. If thou so darest, invoke its power. Do so, and our adversary Udmilthi, she shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions thus. I've had luck doing it before, so I think it'll be okay. Actually, presence against them probably isn't the worst thing ever. So let's be bold. Let us be bold. Let us go forth boldly. Where no idiot would know, well, which any idiot would know to avoid.
A glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles of the Nightwings.
Don't sound so happy to see us.
Scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Kael'ma. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. Your adversaries in the coming rite shall be the withdrawn. Snuff out their pious flame and show your worth.
Why do I get the feeling those imps are gonna chase after me?
Prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, what have we here? Ye have returned once more unto our presence. We sense something among ye.
Who? Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary.
Thou maggot, we should have known.
But Bertrude does not respond.
Ye Nightwings, that one shall be of little benefit to ye. That one's sorceries are a mere pittance to the overwhelming heights of Islash. Soon ye shall see.
Reading one, thou invoketh the Star of Islash. So then beware. Through our sorcery shall Udmilthi be cast into a hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if. Our own minds shall perhaps be forfeit otherwise. It seems that through the outcome of this rite, either Udmilthi shall be permanently weakened, or Bertrude shall instead. Well, I'd better...
Shall conduct this rite.
Well, Bertrude's definitely coming out then. What if I put... Whoa. That's useful. Focus on utility for you, then. So, but who else do I want to bring along? I'm thinking Tizo and Faye. Well, actually, who are we up against? Alright, 3 of them. So what have they got? Alright, an additional 5 if ours is weaker. Okay. Adversary's power automatically. So we're already at a disadvantage. Into the adversary's power. Okay, so watch. Okay, so it looks like their goal is to throw. Okay, so their goal is to get an immediate advantage and then throw. So we can counteract that with the ash and coal. So what else do we want to work on? So how do we want to best counteract them? Because I'm thinking the best way we can do that is to either fly a... Well, the problem is I feel like I'm using Pamatha way too much, honestly. So, thinking what I do is I bring... Sir Gilman won't be much use here. Actually, a sniper wouldn't be a bad idea, so maybe Ruki and Tizo? To accompany the Bertrude, perhaps. I think that'll work, actually. So.
Tizo.
So cute.
Bertrude. It is done.
Face us now, Udmilti, with or without the aid of thy dead god whom thou so cherished needlessly. Ah, now then, Nightwings, ye wish to mock Islash? Ye and your infinite foolishness shall be among the first to suffer.
We shall see about that. As the rite commences, the imps throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Our struggles and our plan. Pure entertainment to these lonesome creatures. Begging your pardon, sir, the imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now they offered a bounty in soul if our triumvirate proves worthy. They would pay us? In exchange for what, exactly? And where did they get the soul, for that matter? My understanding is they wish us to see us perform various feats of glory. As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much soul lies lost within the sea? Reader, it may seem beneath you, but the opportunity is real if the soul could be of benefit. Indeed. Then, reader, my boy, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs. We trust your judgment. Now, let us not distract you further. Henceforth, you shall be tasked with feats of glory and the rites. Banish 2 exiles in a single aura cast. Boom! Go little Tizo, you are amazing. Ah, crap. Oh crap, that's not good. That's really not good.
A decisive blow.
Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. That ain't good.
One of our own. Seeketh ye the lifeblood for thyselves, yes? Ye wretched witch. Tampering with eldritch forges of which ye knowest not, ye forfeit everything for an abomination from the stars. Quaintess, we thought perchance ye sought the true enlightenment, yet ye reveal yourselves to be as narrow as the things with ye now consort. Isla shall devour ye all as all the rest.
Ah, the foul witch Udmilda. Would that she served the scribes as faithfully.
Boom! Take that!
I wonder shall the Nightwings press their luck. Quench now their fire.
Bye!
Pyre shan't survive much more of that.
The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling onto the sacred ground.
Foolish imps, untamed, stay back! Ye spawned from Yishlash, ye learn his patience!
What are the blasted creatures doing? This is a sacred tradition. Not some boorish spectacle. Udmilda banished.
Boom!
Unfortunate for the withdrawal. You have it.
And then I lost it. At least Ruki comes back fast. Can't keep them both safe. Not from me. Ah, the imps are throwing me off.
Good.
Crap, not quite fast enough. Not fast enough.
Bye now.
Crap! Well, they're getting through now.
Disaster.
Disgrace. We asked for trouble the moment we came.
Banishment for all.
Boom!
Gertrude's faster than she looks.
Alright, we just have to be fast now.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
Don't mind me. Boom!
It's done.
Yeah!
Night wings prevail.
Take that, sucker!
'Twas the will of the 8 scribes which kept their flame alive.
Ooh!
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Ah, how can this be? How can this be? E-slash, answer us! E-slash, E-slash! Witch Udmildi continues with her screaming, having been defeated in the rite. You observe Bertrude there, fixed in a meditative pose. There, Udmildi, relent. Thy God has not abandoned thee, because thy God is dead. Thy God is dead. Pray to him all thou likest, yet it shall do thee no good. As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Udmildi slumps down, staring at nothing before her. Possible. This cannot be. Answer us. Answer us. Udmildi suffered -5 hump. Permanently.
What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles?
Go Ruki. You know, with all this right business, there's been this one real fancy move that I've been mulling for a while, and I think I just finally got how I could pull it off. Choose a master. Really useful. Really useful stuff.
Understanding deepens in the mind of the imp Tizo.
Tizo thanks to Howub the Swallow for watching over and protecting him. Yes!
Gertrude's lust for knowledge becomes manifest.
The strange designs of the 8 scribes, their everlasting sorceries are strong within this land, and we shall yet make further use of them, we think. Which one to go with? Let's go with pouncing, because that's fun.
Until the stars align.
So, who shall be freed this time around? After you and your fellow exiles overcame the withdrawn, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Tizo seems to be unwell, although you cannot sense why. How are you feeling, sir? Tizo feels very fatigued and lethargic all of a sudden. I see. Then please do not exert yourself or try. The lone minstrel motions for you to come closer. Reader, Tizo appears rather disoriented and more fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely present. Symptoms of banishment sickness. He should soon be able to take part in light activities, I think, but under no circumstances shall he be able to conduct the coming rite. Now then, I ought not to keep you from the stars above. Please, go and have a look at them, for all of us, I think, are anxious to depart this place. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of night. Aub. Milithi. Lu. Alright, it looks like we're up against the Chastity no matter what at this point, unless Ametha has... Well, yeah, the most likely course of action is that we're up against the Chastity. Given the circumstances, I would not mind smacking them down sooner rather than later. So I have the chance to knock the Chastity down if I wish to take on the Essence instead. But I don't think I'm... No, I don't want to take on the Chastity just yet. Well, I don't want to take on the Chastity and that rite just yet. So I guess then we head to Lu. Actually... yeah, we'll go to Lu. Your next adversaries are to be the Accusers, led by one called Lendel, whom I believe you first met many moons ago. His is a tale I hope shall be forgotten. He then tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lendel the Liar, the first adversary you confronted in the rites, not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for his strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once, he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lendel discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect soon was exiled. Still, he denied the charges, even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lendel. It turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rites, having heard of all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader of the Accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. At any rate, Lendel shall be looking forward to our arrival, I expect. We may resume our journey come daybreak, but in the meantime, I would advise taking what rest you can. You bid the lone minstrel a good evening. At dawn, you shall take flight again. You thought Riki was trying to get your attention, but soon realized his attention is fixated on somebody else. Might I assist you with something there, Mr. Greentail? Riki has not struck you as the sort to ever be at a loss for words, and yet... no, I was just, trying to see if, maybe... Tamitha gives a laugh, not in an unkind way. At ease, Riki, darling. You should know I have no immediate plan to snatch you up and eat you for a snack, if that was your concern. No, it's just, I mean, What is it then, Look, I got this really stupid question here, been bugging me is all. It's just us curs, we don't have many run-ins with you folks, and so... What is your really stupid question, Rookie darling? Okay, here goes. Here goes. Wait, is this where I'm thinking... Is this going where I think it's going? How come you always wear that hat? Tamitha remains silent for a time. Then... This helm was given to me by my blood sister, on the night of my first kill. Slowly, she reaches for the helm. Rookie Greentail, this helm, it means nothing to me now. I want you to keep it. What? What? Then Tamitha begins to laugh again. Come on, Rookie darling. You have got to stop being so serious around me all the time. I don't bite. Besides, we seem to make a decent enough team out there, I think. You're pretty quick. Rookie laughs, rather sheepishly. Alright, you got me pretty good there, sister. So, that stuff you said about the hat, then? Total nonsense. Mostly. I just happen to like it. So, you're saying I can't keep it? If I get out of here before you, Mr. Greentail, it's all yours.
It's a deal.
He skitters off before Pamatha can respond. She simply shrugs at you and smiles. Where the hell is that going? Do I want to know where it's going? Are you ever going to tell me anything? Yeah, shut up. Alright. A warrior of surprising strength, that Golathonian. Single-handedly, he slew the serpent titan Gandroth, which envenomed downside prairie, verdant, and plains. Master General Golathonian. He was undeterred by Lord Gandroth's myriad attacks. His lashing tail, it hurled rocks the shape of swords and thrice as sharp. His eyes reduced brave folk to mewling babes. But Golathonian stood tall, and brandished his tower shield, and sent Lord Gandroth's fury back into his monstrous countenance. Now Lord Gandroth takes the shape of a stone ridge, conspicuous, and now as well... Now Lord Gandroth takes the shape of a stone ridge, conspicuous, and now as well you know the full, unguarded truth about his fearsome past, and Golathonian's glory. Huh. Alright, let's carry on. Hey, and away we go. Far the hell away from there. Oh, we've been here again once already. I think we went to Cinderroot. Yeah, I think we went to Cinderroot last, so let's... Actually, I should have checked the book if I had remembered. I think Needlefield's the one we haven't gone to yet. Beyonder Crystal seeks Bertrude. Apparently we have been here. No matter. Let's give her something else, though, if we're going to do this. Let's see. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Bertrude. The old Bonkkrone, then? She does have some potential, I should think. More so than most of those with whom you share that little residence. Then let us bring her forth. Soon Bertrude appears in heed of the summons. We sense that thou hast need of us. Indeed we do. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, crone. You answer to me here. How very eloquent. May your vast experience exceed your knack for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now come. There we go. Crap. Well, I gave up that round. Why not just run in? Oh right, that means you would banish yourself. Ha! I guess that's what they were trying to tell us about this, how easy it is for me to jump above them. What the hell? How did that happen? No matter. Ah, crap. crap! That should have been an easy one. What the hell's wrong with me? Goodbye. Not quite fast enough to catch up, I suppose.
A simple test, undeserving to be called a challenge.
I ought to fail you just for gloating, Crone, but these are not my rules and your performance was sufficient. Thus you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order, to you and your lovely reader. Now farewell. Alrighty.
Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinket she bestoweth upon us.
Milithy's tail. Oh, that's useful. That is useful. That's getting equipped immediately. That is way too useful. You and Pamitha spend much of the rest of the day searching through the thick underbrush of Needlefield, until at last you find something of value. So it would seem, at least, as neither you or Pamitha can tell exactly what it is. The object lies beyond your grasp. You consider methods to retrieve it. After toiling away together for some time, at last you find the object that you sought within your grasp. You and Pamitha take a moment to examine it. Not bad. Back to the glade. I really need to keep track of what I have and haven't done yet.
Hey you guys. Always nice to see some more customers because, you know, I don't always get too much around here and sometimes it gets kinda lonely here, I guess.
I got something to sell you. Now, what do I want of yours? You know what, we'll go for the twins.
See you guys again soon sometime, maybe, okay? Because I gotta say, you are my favorite customers I had all week.
What's new in here? Ah, spend soul at the slug market. That's it. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or Tempest shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you were born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Luce Galorian believes this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. I know of no polite way to describe the climate here. It oppresses every little thing, except perhaps the native flora in a few specific areas. Wow, what the hell? Is the Texan coming out? What the heck is wrong with me? Once more, the recommended course is to keep moving. Moving keeps you warm when it is cold. Or, when it is very hot, you use what strength you can to move to somewhere you can think and breathe. The weather in the downside seems intrinsic to the different regions, which my good friend Molten Milithy shall describe. Shelter can be difficult to find, and you cannot stay in it for very long. Perhaps, however, shelter can accompany you rather than constrain you. These wagons? Apparently. Alright. Third right. No, not that third thing. As you await the stars, a form dressed in the raiments of the rites approaches you and Wulfred. You at first presume it for one of your next adversaries, the Accusers. But he cannot be one of them. Beside you, Wulfred starts, something you have never seen him do. You observe the colors that he wears, an inverse of the Nightwings. Wulfred Sandalwood. It has been a while. No, this cannot be. The demon unfastens his mask. It can. You perished. I watched you fall. You did. I grieved for years, yet now you live. I do. Although these horns, they grow long ere I could walk again. Unbelievable. Then, why are you here now, Oralek? You know full well, Wolfred, to reclaim what is mine by right. The demon Oralek leaves without another word, just as the stars above burst to life and seem to set the sky aflame. Okay, the plot thickens! Another one. Each had plus 50% stamina?
Time Singer Han. Unfathomed Plurness.
Actually, extra quickness and extra stamina, that seems like a bad idea.
Astralborn.
I think I can handle these guys with Yeeslash if it's just gonna be 3 standard nomads. Or at least something akin to that. For now, though...
Reader, what lunacy is this?
Huh?
'Twould appear the Nightwings are to stand against themselves this time around.
What?
This is a mutiny, in violation of the sacred law. The exile whom you face, Oralek. Long ago he had his chance, and he relinquished it. He cannot simply claim it now. And I cannot preside over this nonsense. Good night.
What happened to the accusers? The stars showed we were to face them. They must have suffered a misfortune of some sort. Tampering with the stars' design is not permitted, Oralek. Cheating the worthy of their rightful liberty is not permitted either, Wolfred. You must know I took no part in that betrayal. Search your heart. Oralek says nothing for a time. Then, where are your raiments, Wolfred? I have refused to wear them since, in show of solidarity to you, and to elude the voice, I would suppose. Yes, that too. I see. You were never very good at this anyway. We shall see if that new lot of yours is any better. You cannot be serious. What sense is there in us standing against each other? But Oralek puts on his mask and stands ready. I shall crush the lot of you, Wolfred. You shall see that I am not so easily discarded, and you shall not deny my liberty again. The hell is happening? Rita, the adversary whom we face, Oralek, he is not one to back down. He was very experienced in the rites, even at the time. So, beware. There was not one in his day who could prevail against him, and he appears even stronger now. I wish I had more valuable advice to give in this. Wish I had foreseen this. How could you? This is just a curveball to end all curveballs. So, what are we dealing with? Okay, so he's... Alright, so he's focused on crowd control. Why do I get the feeling that... True Nightwings? Charge. Oh, jeez. Okay, so no trinkets, but a lot of utility to keep them sharp. Alright, so how do we want to handle this? I know how things are going to look eventually, so I'm thinking what we do is we take Bertrude out. Let's see, I'm thinking Bertrude, Faye, and Sir Gilman isn't going to be very useful here, but I do need to keep working on him. Well, let's see, who are the 3 that are going to be offered? Ruki, Faye, and Tizo are the next ones. So there's very little that I can do about that, especially given that I'm bringing Faye to this. Huh. The voice is gone. Just as it said. Now, Do I dare... Let's see. There's no easy way I could make use of Sir Gilman apart from... Actually, let's put the exclusive ones down here. I don't really have anything good. Alright, I guess we'll have to go with this. Okay, we'll try it. We face a fearsome adversary, friends, but surely we have faced far worse before? Such a triumvirate you have assembled, Wolfred. Then let us see what they can do. Come and face me, false Nightwings. Ah, crap. Crap, not quite. Nope. Not quite. Dodge this, suckers! Crap. Crap! That's not good. No, you don't! Crap! Crap. Crap. This is tough, holy crap. Crap. Ha! Oh god, that was stressful. Crap, it didn't jump far enough. Have Sir Gilman douse the pyre? Ah! Not fast enough. Crap! How the hell do you throw it that far? Bah! Come up! Ah! Crap! I am doing so goddamn horribly. Okay. Well, at least I've got that going for me. How the hell did that not kill you? Fuck. What the hell? What the actual hell? What the hell? Okay, you need to restart this. Okay. You need to restart this one. You are not letting him win this. Okay, how are you doing this? Okay, so clearly... Crap. Okay, so Bertrude isn't working out. Alright, we need someone that can charge through a demon's defenses, so we'll go you. Faye will keep around as well. Can't bring Tizo. Sir Gilman's not being useful apart from slipping through their backline. Can't dodge that. Crap, should have seen that coming. One. Ha! I am really not liking this. From the ah! Yes! Okay, we've got an advantage now. We just have to maintain it somehow. And that's clearly how we make... What the fuck?! Have Pamitha banish 3 adversaries, eh? What the... How the hell did you fire it so fast? Yes! Good work. Good work. That's how we do it. So long as our pyre yet burns, this is not over. But come now, let us put an end to it. God, fuck! Oh crap! Well, that's a done. That's a done. And they've got all 3 of them back. Luckily. Good move. I can't believe that worked! Crap, there was no way that was gonna work indefinitely. Good move. How the hell did you avoid that hit? Crap. Crap! Well, that's done. Okay, at least we don't have to deal with the big ugly. I'm pretty sure I only have to hit it... Well, I have to hit it one more time with Bertrude if I can get her there. Ah. Why did I think that would work? happened? No, I am not ending like this. I am not ending like this. What?! I am so glad you only do 20. God damn it. Yes! Oh, fuck! I thought I would just get a straight up match against the accusers. I expected just 8 people like Hedwin. You, who call yourselves the Nightwings. It seems you have learned something from Sandalwood after all. But you are the Nightwings in name only. And as for the rights, it is a mockery of what it once stood for. All of this, a stain upon the legacy of the scribes. Wilfred looks on at as Orlek departs without another word. Orlek, forgive me. God, that was painful. That was so incredibly freaking painful. I hope I don't have to repeat that for a while. Orlek, he has changed. Scarce resembles now the one with whom we traveled then. I am afraid so. I can only begin to imagine what he has been through all these years. Reader, as you can see, Orlek and I, we have some years in common. A story for another day. I need some time to look at how all this affects our plan. Reader, sir, Orlek is a principled person. His freedom was denied him just when it was in his grasp. A doleful tale. Wilfred shall tell you more of him in due time, of that I have no doubt. For now it seems the stars beseech you once again, outside. There, deep in the infinite dark, once more you see a single star shining brighter than the rest. Soliam. So now the true Nightwings are in play, whoever they may be. I wonder when we'll see them next. Once more then, unto the fall of Solium. Excellent. Our plan proceeds at pace. We need but continue to make good on all such opportunities the stars present, so much as possible. Then our ranks within the Commonwealth may yet grow strong enough that we shall sway the people toward our cause. It shall be difficult, but the people have their hearts and consciences. The Commonwealth has long since lost its way. The never-ending wars with the High-Wing remnants, the passing of more sentences of exile than ever before, for increasingly more dubious causes. The burning of books, the outlawing of literacy, these are corruptions of the teachings of the scribes. Together we shall prove it, soon enough. Wilfred, sir, what of Orlek? Wilfred says nothing in response at first, but then, Orlek appears to have his own agenda now. We shall have to try and keep an eye on him, although our plan remains the same. Anyway, we have a mountain which we need to climb. Let us all rest up a bit if possible this night. We fly at break of dawn. Tizo seems despondent following the confrontation with Orlek. Tizo was filled with mixed emotion at having seen him again. Like Volfred, he thought for sure that Orlek had perished long ago. He's angry that Orlek acted so unfriendly with everyone. Then the little imp looks at you with sadness in his eyes, but says no more. He skitters up into the rafters. Curious. The tempests ravaging the downside are the handiwork of the Time Singer Harn, known as the Sky Titan. The furious elements, they are his troubled dreams, manifested in this troubled land. We, the Eight, we sought to cure him of his ailment, for his unrelenting and unpleasant dreams had long become our treacherous reality. One night we drew him toward the rite of flame, a stratagem of Solium Myr's design. There he was stricken by the stars and dazed, and overcome by their eternal, shining glory. The Sky Titan thus bonded with the sky. The tempests which remain, they are but lasting traces of his waking dream. What is a life without an adversary? If not for forces that conspire against the will, life would be devoid of its innateness, the desire to overcome. Thus, when we the Eight at last each fashioned a triumvirate based on our own ideals, we realized a void still needed to be filled, as the night sky needs moonlight. We Eight were united. Our triumvirate shared our affection. They needed us to set them all against a common foe. Thus did we form the Nightwings, a triumvirate vision to exceed them all, both through means mortal and divine, and give an undue favor in each turning of the cycle. They are the adversary we all face. I wonder why. Curious detail, that. For now, though, by the scribes we gather in their name. Here goes frickin' nothing. I don't remember where I went to last. I think Emperor's Ascent. Let's go here. You land amid the narrow passageways of Mount Elodio, at whose summits await the liberation rite. Thus begins our third ascent to the fall of Solium. My agents in the Commonwealth report our plan is proceeding. Let us strive again to liberate one of our own and raise its chances. Alright, nothing new. Seek the Demon Scribe's favor. With some time to spare after having landed, you join Sir Gilman on a brief expedition to the monument of Soliam Myr. Is an exile self-imposed still worthy of your blessing, O good scribes? This knight most certainly hopes so. His compatriots so yearn to once again be free that this night hearts goes out to each one of them. Please, help him to help them. Soon you and he are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Soliam Myr has shown your favor. You shall soon begin your ascent, though there is time as yet to pursue your vocations. Alright, so if I want to use... Alright, I was hoping for something more permanent, but I suppose that'll have to do. You find a quiet corner near the Black Wagon's grounds to delve into the secret of the Book of Rites. Sir Gilman is fuming in anger over something, so much so that you are hesitant to approach him. But you approach him anyway. Exile is too light a sentence for this night! He notices you, then seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. Oh, greeting to you, noble Master Reader. What brings you to this night this afternoon? You maintain a gentle tone with him, and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected. But then... Master Rita, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Having said that, here then are the troubles you requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This knight stood there on the front lines whilst the high-winged remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then two by two, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. This night, he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander, whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge. If not for his craven cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum, it might have held at least a while longer. But instead we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was the first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked like a coward too. Thus came the time for penance, and this knight, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on the sentence to the downside. And as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encourage his old knight commander here. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander years soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters in the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyre Hearts, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it, the leadership they sought, and his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply, or so at first he thought. When this night, when he encountered you and the Night Wings, something awakened within him. With so little honor left to lose and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps Under King Orez yet has plans in store, in which this knight may play a part. This knight, he clings however vainly to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all this. Curious. For now, though... Let's go with Tizo. While traversing the great heights on the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Molten Milithi, and Tizo happens to take notice. I greet you all again, old friends, and you especially, great-grandfather. Thank you for watching over me, and all of us. My friends could maybe use your help if you would offer it to them, whether through me or any one of us. We shall honor your names in the nights to come. Soon you and he are finished paying your respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Molten Milithi has shown you favor. +3 glory. Ooh. That kind of favor. I should have gone with Faye then. Especially if I'm going to be sending her up next. You and your companions arrive again at the Scribe's Gate, before an archway carved of stone. Shall we, reader? The minstrel leads you toward his counterpart, who seems unsurprised to see you all approach. The exiles of the Night Wings, and you again, Tariq. Greetings, Celeste. Aye, we have returned. The stars shine darkly these past nights. Nothing more than a portent of your arrival, is it? Likely nothing more. Now they are ready for you. Then come forth. Each of you in turn, please state your name and what is it that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Wait. You. She points to Bertrude. You are new amongst this group. You shall go first. Please do as she asks, Bertrude, madam. We are known throughout the downside as Big Bertrude. We follow Sandalwood, for we are fond of him. He led us into exile, and he shall lead us out. The Gate Guardian acknowledges her, and motions for the rest of you to proceed. Everyone does so as before, including you. Once you all have declared yourselves, she regards you all for another moment, and beckons toward the mountain's top. The 8 scribes bid the Night Wings welcome. Go forth with glory. Thank you, Celeste. Until the summit, Tariq. The plot? Well, the fun begins. Hey, welcome back, you guys. I know, I guess this is a pretty decent spot for business all of a sudden.
'Cause used to be, it was real bad up here, you know? I'd be here and just wait and wait and wait, and sometimes it gets real cold, like I was telling you before and stuff like that. So anyway, you buying anything or what? What is that? Bolted Void. Huh. So that's a talisman, huh? Curious one at that. Let's go with that. Downside dining. How to sustain oneself with food and drink in such a place as this? The less said of it, the better. Do not complain, observe. And above all, keep moving. Sources of sustenance avail themselves to those with keener sense. In warmer climates, search the ground at break of day for subterraneans. In colder places, dig for them. Give them purpose. Drinking pools are rare, but moisture in abundance outside of the sandfolds. Some is poisonous. Take only what you need. The downside limits any opportunity for excess, but it provides enough amenities to meet the needs of life. One who withstands it cannot help but feel a sense of gratitude. Is it really gratitude to just skate by, though? Not sure I believe that. For now, though, let's get going. Again, you have reached the Fall of Solium, where one among you can go free, provided you prevail against the chastity and the liberation rites. Reader, we would like a moment of your time. We have to talk. As darkness falls, the minstrel and Volfred pull you aside. We have some news that is, depending on how you look at it, potentially unfortunate. The lone minstrel directs your attention toward the dark night sky. The stars are fading. It is true. It is true. Within the advent of the Titan stars, visibly fewer stars seem to be shining than once you saw in the sky above. Yes, the stars themselves are vanishing. Why, I do not yet understand. But what it indicates is this. The rites are drawing to an inexorable end. The light of the stars. Without it, the rites would be unable to commence. Anyway, that is the bad news. The good news is that there are a lot of stars to go. How many liberation rites remain, I do not know as yet. The arithmetic is complicated. An estimation of the number of stars, the rate at which they fade, the accelerating rate at which we're being summoned here. Anyway, I'll work it out as soon as possible. For now, I felt that you should be aware. We can inform the others in due time. At the moment, though, they have this right to think about, and so do you. Look forth. As the stars above begins to shine, Volfred's words begin to sink in. It seems to have a limited number of chances remaining to liberate your companions, including this one now. No new Titans to join the fray. I don't think I'm gonna take a risk on this one. A little too much at stake for these.
Congratulations, reader. It would appear the rites are drawing to a close. Doubtless the doing of that Orlek in all his bitter spite. For now, your exiles have another chance at freedom here upon the Fall of Solium. So too do the Chastity, your adversaries. They fought so very bravely for this moment. Whichever side prevails soon shall send one of its own into the warm embrace of civilization.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the chastity, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Manly flourishes onto the ground and grasps his masks in his spindly fingers. Warmest salutations to you all upon this blessed eve. I am H. Manly Tinderstaff, and I must say that I am very moved to be a part of these proceedings. It shall be my humblest of privileges to return quite soon, I hope, unto the Commonwealth, where I shall dedicate myself in full toward the betterment of that society. I long to be part of this glorious tradition, even when my freedom is rightfully restored, for is it not the case that exiles such as we are called upon to lead? How you govern in the Commonwealth is not our business here. Your intentions shall mean nothing if you do not prevail in this right, Manly Tinderstaff. Oh, but I mean no offense at all. I serve well in these downsides, I promise. Why, I should think I should be sending many exiles here in the downside to replace me. I can think of quite a few I think would benefit from experiencing this wonderful tradition for themselves. Ah, great. Then Manly covers his face again. Now, as for you, Nightwings, make no attempt to undermine me here, and nothing shall befall you or your loved ones in the Commonwealth. Is it a deal? How about screw you? As for you, Nightwings, you bring darkness with you. What if you rot upon the stars? Celeste, please, we do not know what is amiss here. The Nightwings have come only to see that the liberation is carried out. Indeed. Then make your choice, Nightwings. Who among you is to be anointed here?
Who shall return to glory?
As expected, either Ruki, Faye, or Tizo. I'm thinking Faye. Although she's gonna want something different than that. I haven't found the bouncing to be all that useful. You know what, we'll just give her this. Oh yeah, I need to rearrange the... I guess I need to put something here so that it'll actually respect it. There we go. Alright.
Faye.
Oh, you mean me? Then I get to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay?
Who shall strive for her?
If they want you to stay, they'll keep you around. Now, let's take a look at them. Okay. That's gonna make things annoying. Okay, so they can throw it quickly. Okay, so there's... Oh man, this is gonna make things fun. Okay, we'll do the best we can against that. For now, how best to zone them? Hammoth is always useful. Question is, who else? I'm thinking well, I guess we can go with who actually has stuff to use, but the problem is that I'm not worried that we'll have... Well, actually, Tizo can send a decent amount of presents. We'll go with Tizo, definitely. Tizo seems very determined to support Faye. And Sir Gilman also has plenty to work on, so... You know what? I don't have anything else stacked against me. Let's make this difficult.
Sir Gilman.
By this knight's honor, he shall fight with all his might.
The choice is cast.
Now it begins. Do me this favor, if you please, and stand aside like a good sport there, I promise to reward you handsomely once I am free. I'm sure. Prepare yourself.
Commence.
Ha! Alright, we're doing well, we're doing well. Nope! Oh, what's this now? It seems to me the scribes so enjoy our company, the entertainment we provide, that they have deigned to reignite our pyres. Observe. Something stirs in the sky. If the heavens are to rain and reignite your pyres, then the rite shall continue, ere one pyre or the other is put out. So, plus 50? Oh, you cheating! That's not fair. Gotcha! At least it's easy to go around them. Ah, crap. Good move. Never to return. Ah, crap! Why was I not able to stop that? No matter. You're gonna have to work a little harder than that, buddy. How utterly brazen indeed. You're welcome, sucker. Oh, almost got it. No! Why didn't you just end it? Crap, not quite. At least I got 2 of them with that. 3, 2, 1. Crap!
Shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. Yes, that is indeed a shame for display.
Now then.
Goodbye. Oh, right, you can jump too. Yeah, try avoiding that, sucker. Ha!
That was the last of them.
Crap. Oh right, I forgot, you come back. Oh, that must have been why I got murdered there. Ah, come the hell on! Ah, I hit spacebar one too many times. Really? Crap, not quite fast enough.
Sign of the chastity for now.
There we go.
The flames of freedom.
Alright, if I can get Tizo in there, I win. Ah, crap. Just focus on zoning. Crap!
Unfortunate.
Well, at least I've got a full team now. I really do. I should have...
Banished.
Not quite. Not quite. Oh my gosh, one away. It won't take much then. Ha!
And there it is.
That's how we do it. Sir Gilman might not be good at zoning,
Nightwings proved their
but you know what they can do?
an outcome which left little room for doubt.
Worms might not be good at zoning, but they can at least slip through pretty easily.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Why, this is an utter outrage. Everyone idea what you've done, you ingrates. Yeah, heck with you. I can go home. I think this means I can go home. She shuts her eyes. By the scribes. By the scribes. But what will happen now to you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? No, they say not yet. The scribes, they say not yet. Although, I think your time will come. Your time will come! And I will wait for you because I don't have friends back home. At least didn't used to, so I want you to come join me there, okay? But for now, the scribes are calling me, and so, goodbye. She falls into the shimmer pool then, and she is gone. Goodbye, and please, oh scribes, watch over them, okay?
Godspeed, moon-touched one. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while.
Words so simple. This one I don't think it is anymore, which is probably more concerning than anything else, eh?
May the scribes have mercy on us all.
You prevailed in the liberation against the chastity. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Faye, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. Tiza was sad that Faye is no longer here, yet happy for her. Surely the good Faye would rather that we celebrate than grieve. You wonder who, if anyone among you, shall be the next to go. Then Wolfred asks the group to gather. You sense you know what news he is about to share. Oh boy. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before, revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading away one by one, a reason that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we all may harbor our suspicions. See for yourself, if you have any doubts that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the rite. and now stunned into silence. If this phenomenon continues unabated, and we have every reason to believe it shall, then the rites shall cease to be east when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion. Fear. Before I gave you the impression that should the Nightwings not prevail in the liberation rites, there would be other chances. This remains so. However, our chances are numbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. You sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise, and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to Moonlight Alcove. We can discuss this further there. Now, please get some rest. Our paths grow harder, though not insurmountable. Not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in harsh tones. Others turn to their quarters, speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. Well, that reminds me. I forgot to seek this out. Why are you doing this? Reaching out to me again? Like this? I have been abandoned in this blasted rock more times than you can count, reader, and each time I have laughed it off, like so. Ha ha ha! I fear it will be different this time. Before, I knew that someone else would come around and pick up where the previous idiot left off. But now? She scoffs, then falls silent for a time. Well, it seems there may not be a next time after this, if what I am to understand about the stars out there is even a half-truth. So then, I can anticipate an eternity of utter solitude, without even the blasted rites to keep me company. Understand that while I may be an apparition in a glass to you, I yet retain a shred of self and do not happily foresee that outcome. And yet, you keep on coming back to me like this. If this is all in service of a torment, then you are most cruel, O lovely reader. Commendably so, I have to say. So then, am I to understand that you wish to spend more time with me thus, knowing full well the stars are soon to put an end to this little affair? As if in answer to her question, you feel what seems to be the Beyonder Crystal itself. Beyonder Crystal seems to be pulling you away. Sandra's solitary sentence is not yours to disturb. You recede from the Beyonder Crystal's inner facets and return to a more familiar place within it. I hope I won't regret doing that. Although, actually, you know what? I have a way of getting around this. I want to see what the other path takes me on. Wait a minute, because I stepped outside, is that gonna be my checkpoint? I'm curious what happens if I... You focus your mind and remain where you are, there with Sandra, in the confines of the Beyonder Crystal, and remain there with her for some time. No words need to be exchanged between the two of you, and in the darkness there, for once, she does not feel alone. Soon enough, however, she bids you to depart. You shall leave these idiots of yours listless if you remain here for too long. Be gone already, and let me know if you have need of me. Okay, good. After the liberation of Faye, you find the lone minstrel back in the wagon, looking as though no such thing had just occurred that night. You think you see him tilt his head as you approach. Some words of congratulation are in order for this evening, I should think, reader. And so, congratulations on prevailing in the liberation rites. Surely Faye shall be most grateful, and her safe return upon your commonwealth ought benefit the plan in which you all now play a part. As for your adversaries of the chastity, this must have been a bitter loss for them in Manly, although they must have known their chance was far from certain. Thus shall we all await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. Celeste and I are to return to our respective duties for the time, as now Scribe's Gate is sealed. I await when next we all shall meet. When next you may yet live up to the glory of the Night Wings in the eye of the 8 scribes, which yet shine down for us. He trails off, then nods to you in his cordial manner. It bids you a good rest of the evening. Those bearing the name the Chastity all count themselves disciples of Luce Sklorian, the 100 Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Sklorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of the rites needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Sklorian said. Thus, the Chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, they then shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow. Each one of us within the 8, besides the Impau, would have perished in the downside had we not found each other and together formed our union. Here in the downside, all are bound. But that which binds us here does have some latitude. We chose the bond of kinship. Our exile took precedence over our differences. The Empire, which has subjugated all our kinds into a tense alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There may you embrace your ancient cultures, whilst jointly forming a great culture all its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our commonwealth. So... only 2 rights till the next liberation? Huh. Guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. I guess this is gonna just keep picking up in intensity. Here's hoping it works out for us. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. I think I'm good. Alright then, we shall leave it there. And next week, well, I don't know if I'll be getting to this next week because I don't know how much time will be required to finish the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity review. As I said, I'm aiming for the 20th, so with any luck, I won't have to take too much time out of my streaming schedule. That being said, I am going to be keeping the Thursday and Saturday streams on hiatus unless and until I feel more comfortable with the amount of time I have left. And as of right now, there's just so much to be done that I'm not going to worry too much about it. So, at the moment, we carry on. So, for now, thank you all once again for watching, and I will see you all next time.